I'm Debbie Halley and this is All Things Lifted, a raw, unscripted series where I step into the world of Ireland's most inspiring individuals. In each episode, I take on their full workout routine while we uncover what drives them, the habits that shape them, and the mindset behind their strength. From winning races to real human stories, this is where training meets truth. On this episode of All Things Lifted, I'm here in Sawtill, Galway to meet open water swimmer Deirdre Newell, or Dee from the sea as she's also known as. Dee has a long list of accomplishments, including working as an army officer for the Irish Defence Forces to swimming under the ice up in the Arctic Circle. I know she's taking me on a swim today, so I've come prepared. And although the water temperatures are in the single digits, I'm glad to say we're not swimming under any ice today. Hi.
Hi,
How are you? It's good to finally meet you. Oh my God, thank you so much for coming.
No bother.
We've a table inside and we'll go in. It's cold after you.
Here we go.
Thank you so much for coming. You're so good. I'm really excited, but I am nervous.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because of who you are. You're an accomplished sea swimmer.
Oh, I only do a little bit, really.
I do more than a little bit.
Yeah.
Looking at your social media page.
This year has been quiet though, because I was injured. So
What happened?
I was doing a hill run and I broke my leg.
Oh my God.
I broke my leg and it was more the ligaments. But I say I broke my leg because no one really took it seriously until I said I broke my leg.
Even though ligaments are way worse.
Yeah, and everyone says that.
Yeah.
But they don't actually do it. You know, no one really has the reaction of a broken leg until you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you well crutches?
Yeah.
Okay. That must have taken a lot out of you.
It was, yeah, no, it was fine. I was probably trying to do too much. I was walking around in it the first week and I was still swimming and I still thought I was meant to do the North Channel this summer.
Wow.
It was my third year trying to do the North Channel.
Okay.
So I still thought I broke my leg on the 10th of June. I swam every day for the week after it. I was trying to get up to 2 hours, but it was getting too sore kind of from 40 minutes the last day that I went.
Okay.
And then I went for physio and the physio said just stop everything that you're doing. And then I had the MRI, which was like, no, you have to have surgery basically after that. So
Did you have surgery?
yeah.
Oh, you're poor cunt.
But it was only like, well, it was only the tightrope insertion, like to, you know, basically to replace that ligament. And then I thought everything would be great. And, you know, in my rehab, I was way ahead. But then once I went back to work, I went backwards. So, like, my motivation is the big thing that's hit me at the minute. Like, I'm still not back in a flow of doing things.
Okay. So your motivation, though, how many days a week are you still swimming?
No, I'm not. So I'm only doing, it's only since December came round and I do this de-swimmer kind of challenge. So, yeah, so I do that. And every year, so the first year that came about in 2019 when I was going to Antarctica and I wanted to publicly say I'm going to be in the water every day and anyone who wants to come with me. So that's how that came about. But then thereafter it became like a charity thing and there was always someone else who messaged me that kind of was like, oh, I hope December is happening, and you know, it was always kind of nearly dedicated to someone else every other year.
So it kind of took on a life of its own.
Yeah, but this year it's back to being dedicated to me that I really needed it, you know.
Brilliant. That's amazing how it's gone full circle. And what got you into swimming? Bar being from Galway, the most beautiful place on earth to swim in.
It is sort of just really being from Galway. So I swam, I'm from countryside, so Carndala. It's only 10 minutes out the road, but
I'm from 1 kilometre from here originally, yeah.
Okay.
So I would have spent the summer swimming in Blackrock.
That's the thing, because being in the countryside, you're more GAA orientated, and I never really was. I swam with, you know, everyone does swimming lessons. And I was swimming with sharks, so I was doing more swimming. And then every summer I was in here, my mum used to walk the prom a lot. So she was always happy. She often says it now, to think back at the times she'd come in to walk the prom, leave me here at the diving boards, me jumping in with any random new friends I'd make if my swimming friends weren't there. She's like, you wouldn't do it today, you know. But she never had I never had a care or worry, but more even thinking of me jumping in and what would have gone wrong. But sure, I wouldn't jump that diving tower now, would you not? No.
We're not jumping into that. It's low tide anyway, thank God.
Thank God.
So kind of, I suppose you grew up in Galway.
Yeah.
Got you into it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't live in Galway anymore, so I live in Tipperary.
Yeah.
It's landlocked. I love living there, but they say if you're born near the sea, you're drawn to it. And it was a huge adjustment for me when I moved.
I can imagine, yeah.
We're missing the sea. Obviously now I work in search and rescue and I get to fly over water every day and it's fantastic, so I get my legs. But do you think you'd cope living landlocked?
I have coped. I've been overseas with work where I've been not only landlocked but nearly camp confined in warm climates. So I always think I wouldn't cope with it, but like when they've been 6 months deployments, so I've known it's the 6 months, and I've somehow managed to kind of, I think the routine of a military situation has nearly replaced the need for going to the sea every day. And then there's a gym, there's always a gym there. Like,
you're busy,
you might get more into running and that as well. So the last time I was away, actually, I had Bernard Cahill from Clare doing up programs for me. So I was very scheduled on my training
while you were out there. That's really good.
The first time I kind of liked running, because I think being a woman in the army, you kind of nearly always think I'm the worst at running, because everyone else, you're surrounded by so many men, and you are going, like, I am that bit slower. But training with Bernard, we did heart rate training, so it's the first time I actually liked running.
Yeah. Wow.
And I've kind of, I've kept it on now.
But you say you're slow at running, but yet you'd be miles ahead of them in the water.
Yeah.
It's incredible. What got you into the army then?
Do you know, it was I think because I was so into swimming and outdoors and all that, I had this notion in my head that the army would be, I kind of looked at the cadetship and the training, and I saw it as a big challenge, and I don't think I thought beyond that. I was like, well, I just wonder, could I do it? It was about challenging myself.
And there wouldn't have been as many women as there is today, I would imagine, back in the day.
No. But actually, like, in my school, one of the girls that I was friends with, she joined the Air Force. So I actually joined the Navy initially.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was only like the army was a thing, because I was in the FCA.
Yeah.
So I knew what it was. I knew what the job was like. But at the same time, I was like, I wonder, could I do it? But then when I went looking into it, I met someone from the Navy, and the Navy just seemed like it would be a better fit for me. But then when I got into it, I was still being drawn back to the army. So after a year, I transferred back to the army. So it was very long cadetship.
That sounds really interesting, though. That's incredible. And you mentioned earlier that you're an accomplished sea swimmer.
Yeah.
I've mentioned that in our opening credits, but you've swum the English Channel.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's just...
It is.
How did you prepare for that?
Yeah, like, I never thought I would do it. Like, the Galway Bay out there, I had said, like, when I met the first person, I met an English Channel swimmer first in 2013.
Yeah.
And I said at the time to her, like, that's great that you've done it. My mind was blowing that people do it. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah.
And I said to her, like, there's the Galway Bay swim.
Which is what, about, is it between 15 and 20 or?
No, it's like 10 or 12.
Okay. But it depends on direct plus as well. Yeah.
But like straight line, I think it's about 10 and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
We would always have said it was 13, but I think it just depends on where you start and finish from. But now the standard route is about 10 and a half. So I said, that's my channel.
Yeah.
So I did that in 2012. So I had done it in a wetsuit in 2012.
Across Galway.
Yeah.
So from Trocht, or where is it from?
It's from Auchnish.
So yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you did that and then decided,
I did it in 2012, and then, but it's funny, I'd done a bodybuilding competition, and then, so I was really ripped.
Yeah.
And then I had signed up for the bay, and I was
probably too thin for the water.
I was freezing. So I had to put on a load of weight rapid, and then I did it in a wetsuit, and I was really worried about the cold.
Yeah.
So, and I was, like, it was a horrendous day that we did it.
That was the Galway Bay one. What food do you bring with you then?
I brought so much food. Like, now if I was to do that today, I wouldn't be bothered. Like, I could do Galway Bay without feeds.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the best performance, but like, I'd have a small amount of feeds, like carbohydrates, just about 60 grams per hour is what I do now.
Okay.
But like, when I did that Galway Bay, I was
always coming. Thank you so much. Sorry.
Thanks.
Very important.
Thank you.
I know a guy who did the Galway Bay, and he was telling me that he had jelly wrapped in cling film, and they'd throw out jelly from the safety boat, and it would float, and he'd just eat the jelly. He also had a cigarette halfway across the bay as well. So,
well, I did in Skins. Someone had a pint of Guinness halfway.
Okay, I'll be that person.
Yeah.
And then, how far is the English Channel then?
English Channel is 21 miles in a straight line.
That's insane.
Yeah, I did it on a spring tide, so I landed on my sant, which makes it a little bit further because you're landing on the beach instead of the headland.
Okay. Just to torture yourself a bit more.
Well, I was afraid of landing on the cap because I'd seen the video of David Williams. He did it, like, I don't know when he did it, but there's a video of him and he's finishing because he's wrecked.
Yeah.
And it's rocks, and he's climbing up on the rocks, and you have to clear the water, like your toes and everything have to be on dry, solid land
to count.
That's how an English Channel finishes. It's not the same now for the Irish swims.
Yeah.
So every organisation is different. But I was like, I don't think after swimming for that long I'd be able to pull myself up onto rocks, and I was just imagining getting ripped to bits.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'd always pictured landing on the beach. So most people were disappointed when they missed the cap, and I was like, when I saw that I was going past it, I was like, okay, it will be nice, but I'm really happy that I'm landing on the beach. So you can crawl out if you want.
That's amazing.
I was actually fine.
And then from there you decided you were going to go to the Arctic Circle and swim under ice, which for me, that's horrific.
That came later. It was Antarctica after that.
Okay, what did you do up in Antarctica?
A kilometre. So just to swim a normal sea swim for a kilometre.
And what was the water temperature?
It was like, I think, an average of 1.6 on the 3 thermometers.
My God.
Yeah.
And what were you wearing?
Just a bikini.
Jesus Christ. You know, I brought a life jacket and a wetsuit today.
Defence Forces branded bikini.
Like, oh my God, it's 9 degrees out there today and I have a hat, gloves, bottle of whiskey.
I know, but it takes...
I know it's mind over matter.
Yeah,
And you
yes.
mentioned earlier, and we'll go back to the Defence Forces, that you were in Blessington Lake.
Yeah.
So I did, obviously, Ultimate Hell Week a long time ago, which was a tiny, tiny insight to what you guys do, but they did throw us into Blessington Lake, and it was freezing, freezing cold. And I remember standing on the shoreline going, I suppose still standing beside the bridge. We did, yeah. And I remember saying to myself, how am I gonna survive this? And we were in our clothes, and the usual, hadn't slept, hadn't eaten, tired, cranky. And I remember I had read a lot of the Wim Hof stuff before that.
Yeah.
And I just was standing there for about an hour, and I kept telling myself, the water's warm, and I kept saying it until I was convinced. And I got into the water and it felt warm, and it was just incredible.
Yeah.
Now, that was probably like 3 or 4 degrees, I'd say, in the middle of winter. Yeah, what would it go to there?
Yeah, Blessington probably will go to about that.
Yeah, so nothing compared to what you went to. So how do you mentally prepare for going, throwing on a bikini and swimming or up in the Arctic?
Well,
Antarctica.
I've done a lot. So you have to do a qualification swim to do an ice kilometre. So you have to do 500 metres under 5 degrees.
Okay.
So there's a guy that I know through ice swimming, Ian Conroy, and he has a swimming pool in his back garden, which is freshwater. It's like a natural pond type thing. So it's filtered, but it's 2-lane, 25-metre pool, and I love it there.
Wow.
He used to have saunas that you could go into the sauna afterwards.
Wow.
He's met people from all over the world. So like Russians would have been like nearly the first of this ice swimming championships. It's certainly the first place that I remember Irish swimmers going to for a championship to Russia, and then they learned the warming techniques that they use there, which is wrapping yourself in hot towels. So you're not actually getting into the warm environment. You're wrapping, so the towels, you're dipping them in hot water, which may only be lukewarm, but might feel like it's burning on your skin if you're getting out so cold. So you're basically pulling the cold out and letting the heat go back in. So that's a cold hot towel recovery method.
And did you do that?
That's I've recovered a lot of people doing that.
Okay. And I hope you have a towel today.
I have a towel.
A hot towel?
No. If it's not the best, I don't think it's the best.
So how are you going to warm me up?
I'm going to leave you to mind yourself.
I will challenge to be putting on my own clothes after this. I think you're incredible. And look, I'm a little bit unseasoned at the minute, but I normally do a lot of cold water therapy.
Yeah.
Because if in the event, God forbid, the helicopter crash landed, it's that initial cold water shock if it's the middle of the winter or the middle of the night, and that gasp effect.
Yeah,
I want to be able to control my breathing, that I can just self-extricate, even though, look, if you survive the crash alone, but it's that gasp, and then trying to get your EBS on and open the window and dash, essentially. But for me, I've done a lot of kind of saunas into cold plunges, and I'm only in there for about 2 minutes. Some people are like, oh, you should stay longer. But for me, I'm like, I just need to control the gas effect, regulate my breathing, and get out. All I can get out. So I think what you're doing is phenomenal. I know you can't talk about it too much, but you're obviously in the military.
Yeah.
What's your title in the military?
Like, I can't talk about it too much. I've dropped it in a few times.
I don't mind somebody important.
I'm an infantry officer. I'm a commandant is my rank. So that's like kind of middle management rank within the Defence Forces.
Okay.
And I'm currently an ADC for the President. So wow, that's an aide-de-camp for the President.
Yeah. So you've had Michael D. Higgins up there recently, and now
President Catherine Pan.
That's incredible. And
yes.
2 Galway women here, and now we've a second Galway president and a female, which is just really cool.
Yeah, so it's brilliant so far.
Interesting role.
Yeah, it is. It's one it's an honour to have it, and you find yourself meeting people that you wouldn't get to meet. in normal daily life, you know.
Absolutely, what a privilege.
Yeah.
And one last question then before we go out and torture ourselves. It is all things lifted, so what lifts you? How do you get up every day and go out and dip into the cold weather or get up and travel to Dublin for your role?
Well, work is work, so you're always going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think you need much motivation with it, yeah. But well, the thing is, it's work is work, but like you wouldn't do it if you didn't like it, you know. So, and it is something like I always prioritise it. The swims, I find sometimes I really need to pull myself for the motivation, and how I really do that is making arrangements with people. Like, you know, I've a good bunch of friends in Galway. I've kind of friends everywhere who swim, so it's making the plans with them. And I think it's a lot easier to break a promise on yourself than it is for somebody else. So that's something like I do want to work on, that I am a bit more dedicated to know if I say I'm doing it, I'm doing it. I don't actually need to be meeting someone, because, you know, you have to have that self-motivation as well. But it's kind of incrementally tracking what you're doing as well. And especially like for going back to Antarctica, which was years ago now, it was the thought of you're going to be so remote, if you're not prepared for it, things will go badly wrong. So, and it's, you know, and again, that's part of the team, that you're there with a team of people. You don't want to put anyone in the position that you have not adequately prepared, and then everyone else is looking after you.
Yeah, of course.
So it's just a bit of self-care, I suppose, too.
That makes a lot of sense. And one last thing then, goals for 2026. What's on the horizon?
Well, I want to get the North Channel done, so that's in July.
How long is the North Channel?
That's the same as the English Channel, so 21 miles.
Oh, sure, like
Different body of water. I don't know what the water temperature is.
9, I think, 9 point something.
Okay.
You obviously don't see a wetsuit on me.
Oh, I'm not allowed. We had a team talk.
So wetsuit and life jackets out of the question. We'll keep the Coast Guard on speed dive. A speed dive. I'll bring this just in case, will I?
No.
Oh my god, I love it. I swam with deep in the sea.
She has no words. It's fine, we can do it. Oh, so tell me, what was your favourite part of that swim?
The 360 camera. That was amazing. I am freezing. Thank you, Dee, so much for the hot water bottle. Oh my god. It was so much fun. 2 kilometres. We swam 2 kilometres. Oh god.
Are you happy you didn't wear your wetsuit?
I'm very happy. I'm happy that I didn't bring the wetsuit and the life jacket.
Oh yeah, definitely, that's a life jacket.
I think you're incredible. I don't know how you do it.
Loads of people do it.
Yeah, I love the cold water therapy, but to actually swim, and what did you say the temperature was? 8.7,
I think, is what Paddy McNamara dipped it at earlier on today.
Wow, that's incredible.
My watch had 9.1, I think was the lowest it went to.
Okay. It was nice. It was lovely getting in. It wasn't like you can adjust to it and acclimatise really quickly.
Yeah.
It's just more when you're in after a few minutes and you start to lose dexterity in the fingers.
And then the after drop which you're having there.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So this is obviously when I rescue people out of the water in the helicopter, what they feel like, so experiencing it firsthand.
But like today is a lovely day. But what you'd want to look out for on a day like today is if it's really windy, that you have somewhere nice and sheltered, and we did have somewhere lovely and sheltered to change, so you can stay in a little bit longer. Whereas if you didn't have this, you're getting out into the rain and the wind, you might get out a bit sooner.
Absolutely. No, we did a nice fit, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you're not a bit cold, no?
I am not shivering. I'm shivering too.
No, your teeth aren't chattering at all.
It's always so unrest.
So I think it's really important, given the fact that you're a sea swimmer and I work in the search and rescue,
Yeah.
that we talk about water safety.
Yeah.
And it's a huge thing. I love that you had your
Toe float.
tote float, you got?
Toe float.
Toe float, your
So
toe float.
refined.
And I have my one, and obviously I brought a life jacket as well, which I don't know, didn't know what to expect. Thank you to Galway Maritime for supplying the life jackets. But it's really important to go out with something like that.
Yeah, no, it is, because like it's not something that you're going to use to rescue yourself, but say someone can spot you easily from shore.
Yeah.
If the worst happened, you're going to be easier found with that on.
Absolutely.
You're not, like, that's a small enough one, but like you're not going to sink. You can have your phone in it. So this one has a bag on it. You can have your phone in it. So that if something really bad happened, you could call for services yourself.
Yeah.
My watch has a follow me track on it, so that's automatically set up when I have my phone with me. So even if I had my phone in that bag and my watch on, and if my track stopped, like, my sister gets an email to say where I am.
That's incredible.
So that's like it's a nice safety mechanism to have. If you're swimming in low light as well, you can put a light in that.
That's incredible.
just a
And I
short.
think it's really important as well to let someone know when you are going out swimming what time you're heading out, what time you expect to be back at. And also, we can have instances of fog, which can occur really suddenly. So always know just simple headings where north is, or where the shoreline is, whether it's north, south, east or west, or whatever it may be.
And that's the thing as well with those watches, like most people wear a sports watch, so there is a compass feature on all of them. So if you know what direction to go for sure, you're not going to go too far wrong.
Absolutely. And if you're ever in doubt or see someone who might be in difficulty, just call 999 or 112 and ask for the Coast Guard. Okay, Dee, thank you so much. I absolutely loved it. You're a legend.
You're a
An
legend.
absolute legend. I can't wait to keep following your journey. Dee from the sea, if you want to follow Dee on social media.
Bye.